Let us go over the Cisco onboarding templates and the flows. So, the flow involved in creating a template from an iOS configuration script for a Catalyst switch and various thoughts around how it link it to a switch profile and deploy it through DNAC using plug and play workflows. That is what we are going to focus today. So, the DNA center can be used for not only the plug and play for but also for the day in or ongoing templates. So the typically the customers will start by building out an onboarding template which might deploy only enough information to bring the device up initially or might include the entire configuration for a traditional network. A good thing to note about that is onboarding templates are deployed one time only when the device is being brought online. While there is nothing wrong in doing this, it's important to understand that there is a lot more power gained by being able to modify templates and redeploy them or parts of them for ongoing changes and modifications. For ongoing modifications, day and templates should be considered for those parts of the configuration. Additionally, keeping your onboard configurations light means that you gain the maximum flexibility of being able to make ongoing changes later. Another important consideration is that part of the typical configuration would include some of the lines of the code which will be built out with a design network settings and application within the DNS center. If the design component is used, you cannot deploy the text code to the device. It's a decision you have to make upfront and avoid a lot of lines of the template. So as a guidance and try and use design settings for as much as the configurations as you, leaving templates light and nimble for configurations which might change ongoing. So the DNS center design preparation. Before DNS center can automate deployment, we have to do a couple of tasks to prepare the hierarchy within the DNS center. This will be used to roll out code and configurations ongoing. So my guidance around this is to closely align this to change management system. So if you need change management system down to floors or even intermediate or main distribution facilities, then it is a good idea to build your hierarchy to suit this. There are plenty of blogs and guides about to do this. On the network settings, so after hierarchy you have to look at the network settings that can be added hierarchically, being either inherited or overridden at each level throughout the hierarchy. The following is a description of network settings and configurations that can be pushed, so which are optional. So the AAA server, the DHCP servers, and the DNS servers, syslog servers, SNMP servers, the servers to which the SNMP traps will be sent are that will poll the device, and the NetFlow collector servers, NTP, time zone, and message of the day. So these are the things that can be configured in the network settings, which is entirely optional. And the device credentials could be the CLI credentials or the SNMP and HTTPS credentials. HTTP credentials, username, passwords for both read and write access. And the image repository as well should be populated with the image of the network device you wish to deploy. You can import the image using the plus import link, which will open a pop-up allowing you to choose a file from the local file system or allow you to reference a URL for either HTTP or FTP transfer. You can then indicate whether the file is Cisco or third party and click import. So once the file is imported, if there is no instance of device on the system, you can go into the imported image section and assign it to the specific device of the specific type of the device and select the image and mark it as golden for PNP to use it, which is a required thing. And let us go over the onboarding template preparation. So once you have built your onboarding template, you then have to let DNA center know where you want to use the template. We will assume at this point you have already built out the template for use. So you would then follow the steps like you have to go to the network profile, design network profile, and you have to add the profile. And then you can select the type of the device, say for example switching, and the profile name. So you can add the profile name, and on the onboarding template page, select the device type, which is required of a thing that you need to do. And on the onboarding template, select the templates to be used on the onboarding required, which is also very required thing. So the device type and the template should be added. So on the day end template page, select device type, which is optional. But for the onboarding template, you have to select the on device type, which is a required thing. But for the day end, it is optional. For more and then on the day and template page, select the templates to be used for day and provisioning, which is optional, and save the network profile and assign the network profile to the hierarchy. So if the network profile is already deployed, it can be edited at the later date to add onboarding templates by simply click edit next to network profile, design network profiles. On the onboarding template page, select device type, which is required, and on the onboarding template page, select the templates to be used for onboarding and save the network profile and assign the network profile to the hierarchy. Let us look at the claiming and provisioning part of it. So at this point, DNS Center is set up and ready for plug and play to onboard the first device. Provided the discovery and DHCP assignment are aligned, the device should, when plugged in, find DNS Center and land in the plug and play set of devices section within the provisioning page. At this point, you can claim the device, putting it in planned state for onboarding onto the system. To do that, put a check mark next to the device to be claimed and click the claim link and walk through the workflow. Section 1, select the part of the hierarchy to which the device will be deployed and then click next. And section 2, you can click the device hyperlink and view or amend the template and image utilized, then click next. And in section 3, you can manipulate any of the variables within the template if used, then click next. And section 4, review the elements including configuration to be deployed and click claim to initiate. At this stage, the device will be placed in planned state and will cycle through the onboarding and provisioned when complete. After the device is completed, it will appear in the device inventory after being synced with DNS Center. If you populate the UI with the settings, those parameters should not be in your template as they will conflict and the deployment through the provisioning will fail. While it is easy to populate these settings, it is best to test with a switch to see what configuration is being pushed. And let us look at the automating claiming and provisioning. So while it is possible to click through the claiming and processes for the bulk deployments, it's important to be able to address them as well. So with the DNA Center, after the templates are built and assigned to the network profile and assigned to a site, they may be referenced and used by uploading a CSV file to DNS Center via REST API. This methodology allows you to specify variables within the CSV, serial numbers, and put devices into a planned state, waiting for them to land on the plug and play page on the DNS Center.